Audio Jungle.
Oh yeah! What do you get when you put four of the most opinionated grown-ass single men on one show? You get the Middle-Aged Still Single podcast! Let's meet the crew!
Audio Jungle.
Mitchell! Nasir!
Audio Jungle.
Nemo! Big Rob! Let's get it! Hey, this is Big Rob. If you like this content, and I know that you do, please hit like or subscribe. Join the movement, Middle-Aged Still Single. We are back for another segment of Middle-Aged Still Single, the podcast. We've had a great night so far. We've had good guests, great conversations. The next thing we want to talk about is the Dave Chappelle incident. A couple weeks ago, Dave Chappelle was attacked on stage. Now, my question for you is this: is this a kind of a response or a direct result of Chris Rock getting slapped by Will Smith, or is this something that's kind of new? Like people, just have no respect for the boundaries between performer and audience now. What do you guys think? Mitch, what do you got, brother?
I'll start with saying that at first I thought it was in regards to the Oscars. And I actually said, okay, here it comes. You're going to see this more often. You're going to see people not liking the material and they're going to go up on stage and there's going to be physical confrontations. But when I said that, I really thought it would be smaller clubs, smaller venues. And then I was shocked to find out that it happened in such a big venue. I want to say it was the Hollywood Bowl. I can't really remember where it happened. But then at the same time, he's still being attacked for his Netflix special. There's still a lot of people angry about that. And so it really could have been just someone angry about who Dave is personally, and could possibly not have to do with what Will Smith did. The problem is that we've lost our sense of humor in this country. Is some of it sketchy? Is it some of it on the cusp? Yeah, it always has been, though. If you go all the way back to Lenny Bruce, good comedians push the boundaries. They're communicators. They want to bring stuff to the forefront and make fun of it. In Dave's case, if you don't like his material, then don't go to his show. If you don't like Howie Mandel, don't go to his show. The fact that someone was there who felt compelled to attack him tells me that they probably knew they were going to attack him. They probably already didn't like him. I don't think it was anything he said that night that prompted the attack, my opinion. But I'll tell you, maybe we see less of it because apparently the guy who attacked Dave didn't get away with it like Will did. Will was treated way too good for what he did on live television. This guy got his ass handed to him, as he should have. If you don't like a comedian, don't go to the show. There you go. That's my take. Gentlemen?
Nemo, what you got, brother?
When I was looking into this, I actually found out that there was actually a reason why the guy got on stage. So I don't know if you guys actually read about that. So the guy actually got on stage. His intention was not actually to hurt anybody, but his intention was actually to bring attention to something else that was going on at home. So he was having, you can say a mental problem, but he was having some really difficult time at home with his parents. With his parents, I believe. So he wanted to bring attention into it. So he got on stage, not necessarily to do anything, but he knows if he did that, he was going to bring attention to what is caused. Because Dave asked him, why did you do it? And he told Dave why he did it. So there was a reason, there was a cause. He was trying to bring attention to something else. Was that the best way to do it? To him, at that point, that was the way he could bring attention to it. So in a way, I kind of I feel bad that it happened because it just happens after the Will Smith show. But in a way, I kind of nobody got hurt, so I understand where it was coming from. He wanted to bring attention to something that was going on at home that was really bad, and he just doesn't have any way to do it. That was it. That was his only way to do it. So, in a way, I understand it. It's unfortunate. That's people trying to get attention in so many different ways. He just picked that way to do it, and it was quite unfortunate because somebody could have gotten hurt. He could have gotten hurt, by doing that. So that's
did
my
get
point of
hurt.
view
I
on
hope that ass whipping he took made things better at home for him. I don't think so. Yeah. Nas, what you got, brother?
Yeah, what Nemo was talking about is the guy he said that his mother was evicted or
Yes,
something like that,
some
and he
family
was
issue.
trying
Yeah,
to excuse me, he was trying to bring attention to he was trying to get attention so that people can know that that was happening. But I think that it was more of a mental problem. And what do you think is going to happen if you run up and you try to go for the legs of somebody? That's attack, right? But I think it's directly related to what happened at the Oscars, because I think that guy would not have even. Why did he choose a comedian to do that? Right? He could have chosen anyone else to do that. He could have ran up on a politician. Chose a comic because now comics in the mind of people are attackable. They're vulnerable. You can do it and get away with it, even if it's not like a completely conscious thought that I can get away with it. What Will Smith did, this is why it was so bad, because now people don't just look at a comedian and say, those are just words. Now people are saying his words was an attack. Like some people were saying his words were actually an assault. That is feminism. And that is a problem that is now plaguing our society. If you can't speak words, where are we headed? So I believe that, and I think the next one that's coming, and the one after that that's coming, because this is a copycat world, they're all going to stem from what happened at the Oscars. The reason why I say that is because think about Chris Rock. Dave Chappelle is more vitriolic than Chris Rock.
Oh, for sure.
Chris Rock might say something to make you laugh. Think about it. The G.I. Jane joke, that was not a bad joke. It was not a,
Nope.
And what I mean by bad is not a kind of joke where you say, he shouldn't have said that. Now, take some of the jokes that Dave has said about the LGBTQ community. Those people want to kill him. But did they do it? They've never gone after him physically, right? Not saying that they didn't want to, but they never did, right? But now, what if one of them says, I'm empowered because of what happened at the Oscars. I'm going to attack this community.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I do think it has absolutely everything to do with what happened at the Oscars.
So, me personally, I think in the day and times that we live in now, I think people are willing to do more and more for their 15 minutes of fame. I think we live in, especially here in this country, where people can be rich and famous without having any type of ability or talent, right? They can just do something, become known, and they are multimillionaires who can be, who can be recognized by the common man. I don't know if you know. Do you remember the Catch Me Outside girl? You guys remember her? She was on. I want to say she was on
TikTok.
I want to say she was on Dr. Phil. And she was one of those. She was one of those out of control teens that her mother brought on to talk to Dr. Phil. Now, she was getting into it with people in the audience. They were yelling at her, and she was like, "Well, catch me outside, right?" Like real ghetto. young girl, 16, 17 years old, ghetto as fuck. All right. And now she is, based on that one episode of Dr. Phil, she's worth like $50 to $60 million. All right. She has made a career out of a TV show episode where she looked as ignorant as she could possibly be.
How?
This
How
is
did she
this
get
is
that
the
money?
society that we live in now. So people are willing to take these chances to do stupid stuff just to be seen. Like look at the people, listen, you can have a cause, all right, but you don't do that for a cause. You don't attack Dave Chappelle because you got problems at home. Like, come on. Like that's ridiculous to put that off on that. That's, to me, that's just an excuse. People want to be famous and they want to be known for something. All right. This guy will be known as, hey, that's the guy that jumped on stage with Dave Chappelle. And I'm glad that Dave Chappelle, didn't, make a huge deal out of it to make him any more famous. Like, and I'm glad that the LBGT community didn't like say, hey, listen, yeah, hey, we hate Dave, you hate Dave, let's get behind this dude, right? I'm glad they didn't do that. All right. But we have to restore the whole process of, I guess, becoming rich and famous. Like there's no requirement for it anymore. You don't even go ahead, man.
And Rob, I agree with you. You know how that he was an R&B singer.
I'd see. Mm-hmm.
He was a failed R&B singer.
But now people know who he is.
He was looking for that.
Now people know who he
is. He's got his 15 minutes. And now everybody that want to write a story on him went back and read his whack ass, listen to his album.
Even Monica Lewinsky wrote a book. Like who was going to read a book about Monica Lewinsky before that happened, right? So anyway, So gentlemen, listen, good discussion. We will continue to take apart these issues and discuss them from four middle-aged men. All right, gentlemen, thank you very much, and we'll talk to you soon.